So wind-driven sand, which can easily abrade sort of fragile building surfaces, is affected firstly by the dryness of the surrounding vegetation-covered land. If it's very dry, then it'll be perhaps sandy and the sand can be blown, but also it's obviously dependent on wind. So if we have windy conditions, then we'll get more wind-blown sand. So this is an example of something which is a product of two factors. It's a product of dry conditions and it's a product of wind. And this can be really, really big and historically very well known. Thousands of years ago, the pyramids of Egypt and the Sphinx were being blocked up by wind-blown sand, and the sand had to be taken away, according to Herodotus, and some of the stone blocks replaced. So we see that restoration was required even thousands of years ago. The strong winds, as in typhoons and hurricanes, means that there might be a potential for structures to actually be blown down or for structures to be destroyed by wind-driven flooding from the sea. And so we need to understand the extent to which typhoons and hurricanes might increase in the future. Now, it seems as though it's hard to say whether the actual number is increasing, but there are hints that one thing that's changing is the intensity. So again, it's rather like precipitation. While there may not be more, it may be that the intensity increases. So it could be that in the future we get more intense typhoons, more intense hurricanes that essentially can damage structures. And so we get more of these extreme floods, for example, that have become very characteristic of Europe. We know them from Venice, where there are sea floods. We know them from the rivers of Europe here, the Charles Bridge in Prague, and a flood. So floods and more extreme weather can also mean more landslides, for example. Deforestation can encourage landslides after heavy falls of rain. Flooding can change the riverbeds and affect the flow of water and maybe enhance future flooding. But we also have to remember this is not just a climate process, because as humans, we're very good at changing the way rivers flow. We dam them, we divert water for agricultural purposes, and so on.